Hello everyone, good morning. Welcome to our Spring Boot classes. Nowadays everyone is talking about AI. Spring also provides how we can connect with AI and make use of those models, and after connecting with those models how we can work on with them. So here in our previous classes we already learned what is Spring AI. It's an application framework for AI engineering. Its goal is to apply to the AI domain Spring ecosystem design principles such as portability and modular design. What will do our application will connect to generative AI and we'll get the responses with our. So there are different features which Spring AI provides for us. So there are different models available in the market. These are the model: chart completion, embedding, text to image, audio transcription, text to speech, modernization. So moderation is nothing but if any vulgar language used for a chart purpose, before giving the response it will flag it so to show to the user. This is called moderation. So now coming to chart completion or AI model providers. So there are in the market there are different AI model providers such as Anthropic, OpenAI, Microsoft, Amazon, Google, and OLMA. So if you go here, AI model providers. So if you see here what it is saying, the Spring AI API covers a wide range of functionalities. Each major feature is detailed in own dedicated section. So if you see here, what are the AI model API? It's a portable model API across API providers for chart, text to image, audio transcription. So if this is our model, these are the chart model, embedding model, streaming model, and image model, speech model, streaming speech model. So these are the different models which Spring provides, along with the support of AI models from OpenAI, Microsoft, Amazon, and different model providers. This is how the diagram look like. So now coming to first, we'll check what are the different chart models are there. And yeah, it's a vector store API, tool calling API. We will learn each and every functionality going further. So how we can do the configuration, what the details required. Now coming to basic is chart model. If you see here in the Spring, they have provided what is the chart models, right? In chart models we have different chart models. Chart models comparison, Amazon Bedrock Converse, Anthropic. So coming to chart models, if I click here chart models, so this is the chart model API. Okay, so in the chart model API offers developers the ability to integrate AI powered chart completion capabilities into our applications. It leverages pre-trained language models, like how we can connect to OpenAI and Grok or other models which is there in the market, how we can connect by using Spring API. So the API typically works by sending a prompt or a partial conversion to the AI model, which then generates the completion or continuation of the conversation based on its training data and understanding of natural language patterns. So for this, we no need to have that much Python or any other language. So just we will send the request and we'll connect that respective model. We get the response. How we will do it? See here. Suppose I need to connect to AI model, one of the AI model, and for the I need to develop the chart application. Already we have chart model and extends model prompt and chart response. These are the from API from the Spring. We will call that method and we'll get the chart response. The call method with a string parameter simplifies the initial use, avoiding the complexities of the more sophisticated prompt and chart response classes. In real world applications, it's more common to use the call method that takes a prompt instance and return a chart response. These are the basic functionalities. It has a lot of API where we can make use of this and work as per our requirement. This is a streaming chat model. What streaming chat model? Again, it's a stream. It can take the message and based on the flux response, it will give the chat response. So again, prompt. We have the list of messages, chat options, get instructions, message. What is the content? What are the message type? If you use the message interface as a various implementations that correspond to the categories of messages that an AI model can process. So if you see here, Spring AI message API, system user assistant tool, then it will convert to message type. So these are the, if you want to do the content, message and media content, abstract message. What are the different messages here? These all our APIs. Tool response message, system message, user message, assistant message. What are the methods are there in this and how we can connect? The chart completion endpoint distinguish between message categories based on the conversational roles effectively mapped by the message type. OpenAI recognizes message categories for distinct conversational roles such as system, user, function, or assistant. So this is how our AI model works. Suppose these are the model options. What are the model frequency penalty, maximum tokens? So every model will work based on the tokens. So every model is not free. So we have to pay for that. How many tokens you we need to provide to get the response. Based on that, they will charge. So these are the prompt. These are the chart model or streaming chart model. This is a chart response. So it is like a request, AI model, native LLM API response. See, what it will first our application will call one API. API will internally call one of the model chart models, that is yeah, Spring API. Spring API internally calls the model based on the configuration we did in the application properties or ML file with client ID and client secret. Then we will get the response. Then that response will show to the user by using UI application. So the same thing, startup configuration. The chart model streaming chart model initialized with the startup chart options. The options are set during the chart model initialization and mean to provide default configurations. Runtime configuration, option merging process, output processing. Then how we will get the chart response? So these are the simple code. How we can generate it? Finally, the generation class extend from the model request text represent the model output. Available implementations, if you see, this is the diagram. So these are the different OpenAI chart completion, Microsoft Azure. Now, if you see basic thing, OpenAI chart completion. For this, what is the prerequisite which I already mentioned? First, we need to create an API within OpenAI to access the chat GPT models. For that, what do we have to do? First, we need to sign up. Sign up to the OpenAI page and get the API keys page to get the generate the token. The Spring API project defines the configuration property named OpenAPI key that we need to set the value of the key obtained from the openai.com. So in the application properties, we have to mention this key, or application YAML, we have to mention key like this. Environment file, if you want to use, we have to use the same way. There are different ways to configure that API key. So that's what here they mentioned. How we can retrieve that key? If you want to mention in the system.get environment. Otherwise, we can use @value as a in the our application. Make use of that. So once that, then what we have to do? We have to add the dependency. In the Maven, we can use the Spring AI starter model for OpenAI. So once that, so retry properties, retry properties, what it will do, which I already mentioned, what is the number of attempts we can do? 10. So initial speed, duration of the exponential backup policy, multiplier. These are the different properties for AI model which we can configure it. Connection properties. OpenAI is used to property prefix that lets you connect to the OpenAI. Every time if you see OpenAI, this is the base URL, key, organization ID, project ID, this how. So configuration properties will use it. What is a property? Each property will have the description. The Spring AI model, enable AI chat model. By using this, these are different. There are so many properties are there where we can go through it by using this website. And finally, once we how many tokens non-reasoning models GPT-4, so compatible models, and max completion tokens reasoning models. So these are the different models. Examples. What we can do, simple example here for non-reasoning model GPT-4 and GPT-3 Turbo. We can call the new prompt explain quantum computing in simple terms. So it will give use max tokens for non-reasoning models. So how many tokens we have to use based on that. The one more thing, solve this example math problem step by step. So if you give that, we'll get the response how the chart like this. Suppose same chart if I use in the open model explain the quantum computing in simple terms. The same way I am directly going chat GPT. I am clicking here. Suppose what it is giving. Okay, normal computers they use bits. It is explained, right? Quantum computers they use qubits instead of bits. Why is powerful? So these are the information we get, right? The same way, if we use Chat GPT, Spring API with connect to the OpenAI model Chat GPT, we will get the same response. Once we get that response, we can show to the user. So this about OpenAI, it has a lot of content. In our next class, we will learn more things about the how we will we can do the function calling. What is the multimodal? Those things we will learn in our next class. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day ahead.